And
Well,
that's
it's funny you should mention that. Sorry, go on.
no. I was just saying that's kind of like the obvious thing to do.
Yeah. Well, I saw online that a number of people were speculating that even Smith, when the 60th comes around, if Matt Smith would actually be involved because of his filming commitments with the Game of Thrones series, House of Dragons, I want to say it's called.
Is that the
Obviously,
name of
that's one of these big
the
American, something like that. And that's obviously one of these big American one of these big American dramas. It's like one series is going to be 36 episodes. It's one of those shows as well where it's going to be airing whilst they're still filming it. Something like The Flash does quite a lot. So it'll be interesting to see if he becomes available to even be in the 60th.
I mean, he's probably, when it comes to Doctor Who actors working right now, he's probably the second biggest name currently in the industry.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, but yeah, I see what you mean there, but I wonder if when the 60th comes around, what will happen? Do you think that could be a serious possibility that he wouldn't be able to participate in it because of his commitments to Game of Thrones?
I feel like it's a thing where they'll definitely try to get him to come back. And if they do get him to come back, he would be receiving billing over Tennant. It's kind of like they treat
do you think?
Well, if Matt Smith is like big Mr. Hollywood in 2023, I feel like they would treat Matt Smith coming back to Doctor Who as like almost like this A-lister big deal thing.
Yeah, I feel more people have seen, if you go for the last 10 years anyway, more people have seen Smith's work than Tennant. He was in Terminator, he was in The Crown, he's now going to be in Game of Thrones. He was in Alan Partridge not that long ago, just randomly appeared in that as a little cameo. He's doing loads of cool things, whereas Tennant, he's done Broadchurch, but a lot of that is very British-based stuff. And of course, he did Jessica Jones, but do you know what I mean? There's a lot of British television dramas, Channel 4 dramas, ITV dramas, not these big global shows that are streaming worldwide.
Although I don't know how much of a reach it had in the US, but Good Omens is a pretty high budget show.
That's true. But then again, that's shared billing with Michael Sheen, isn't it? So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
I think this is the thing that kind of I'm thinking, because there's big names in terms of general actors and, Hollywood, UK, all of that. And there's that hierarchy. But then when it comes to kind of which names are big names within the Doctor Who sphere, it's very different. Like, I feel like the biggest names in the world of Doctor Who are actors who have played the Doctor. And if you're getting an actor who's played the Doctor to come back, that's kind of treated as a bigger deal than a huge actor. Like, if you look at the 50th, I feel like people were much more excited for David Tennant coming back than John Hurt to come and play a Doctor, even though John Hurt is kind of a much more kind of well-known name generally.
Yeah, and I feel like the inclusion of John Hurt brought in a lot of outsiders to see what he was going to do with that role. People went, "Oh, I like John Hurt and Doctor Who, yeah, whatever, I'll watch this." So I feel like bringing Matt Smith into the 60th, he would maybe bring some of his new audience with him into Doctor Who have maybe been hesitant to watch it since. So people who have watched The Crown but have never seen Doctor Who, and people who have watched this new Game of Thrones thing but not seen Doctor Who, will go, "Oh, it's Matt Smith from The Crown and Game of Thrones. Oh, I like him. I'll watch this special." Do you know what I mean? He's sort of that new John Hurt almost.
Although then there's the question of, would bringing Matt Smith back to Doctor Who, would that generate a larger audience then for Doctor Who after that? Or would it just cause loads of people to go back and watch Matt Smith's run as the Doctor?
I'm trying to think. Well, yes, people would probably watch that special and then go. I don't know, because it depends on people's understanding of the show. But I'm thinking, when I watched Doctor Who, I watched David Tennant, and then I went back and I watched Christopher Eccleston, and then I fell in love with Eccleston, and then more recently did again. So you then just grow to love it. Everybody has their favorite, and then you have to have your favorite to then appreciate the rest of the show. So I don't think it's a big deal if people watch that special because of Matt and then go back and watch Matt Smith, because then they'll go, then they'll see him turn into Peter, and they'll watch Peter's stuff, and they will eventually have caught up with where they originally joined on from. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. You don't really, because Doctor Who's a show that's so much about change. If you get into Doctor Who, you can't get into it for one specific actor. You have to kind of get into the show as a whole. Yeah.
Yeah. So for example, if they watch the 60th with Matt Smith and they go, amazing, love Matt Smith, they go to his first episode, the 11th hour, which is an amazing jumping on point. And then there's Rory, Amy. Oh, sorry, there's a petrol station just across the bush from me. They will join with Matt, and they will see Rory and Amy, and then they will leave, and they'll be introduced to Clara, and they'll like Clara, so they'll stay with Clara for Peter. And there's always that layered sort of continuation until you get to Jodie, of course, and it's all new. But by then, you're used